guys, I am about 6 weeks pregnant. I don't know exactly how far along I am, but since the past week, it's been 8 days-ish since I made my last update. Nausea has hit every day since finding out I was pregnant. I've gotten like a little more sick. It was only like 5 minutes at a time, but it would like gradually increase, and my nausea gradually increased, and now I am like nauseous all day long. It has set in, it has hit me, so that's good. That means my HCG is going up like it's supposed to. And that's pretty much like the only like big new symptom, besides my waist is rapidly increasing. Like, I have one of those belts that's just like the holes, right? And it's always been on like the 4th notch. I had to do it to the 3rd notch like maybe a week before I found out I was pregnant, and that is feeling tight, so I will probably rapidly have to just take off my belt and then need a rubber band and then need to be in maternity pants. So yeah, even though you can't really tell on the outside, just down there it's definitely starting to increase. So that's awesome. It has like hit me. The other thing that's happened this week is I've had horrible like anxiety attacks. I don't really want to talk about it because they really suck. Like, I was just convinced, there's no way this is gonna work out, like, why would it work out? And I was just freaking out. Like, I had like a full-on anxiety attack, my heart was racing, I felt cold in my abdomen, it was horrible. I have since calmed down and been like, why wouldn't it work out? Like, so, just the fact that I lost my first 2 pregnancies, especially in a row, I will never be able to enjoy my first trimester, which really sucks, because the anxiety just sucks, and Ben's like, oh my gosh, why do you want more kids if your anxiety is gonna be this bad? It's just something I'm gonna have to deal with, and just have faith that things will be okay, but I feel way better now, so that's good. So basically, the only thing I really have to update is my midwife appointments and the ultrasounds and stuff. So when I found out I was pregnant, it was like late enough in the day that I couldn't call the office because it was about to close. So the next day I called them and I got all my appointments settled and everything. So of course they do it differently now than they did before. They've done it differently like every time that I've come in with a new pregnancy. So it's my understanding now that the ultrasound and the blood work is a completely separate appointment from the midwife appointment. So I called them, and they said okay, and of course the first question that they ask you is, when was your last period? And so I have to explain, it was on this date, it was 9 weeks ago, but I'm not that far along because my cycles are like double normal length, they're not regular, blah blah blah, I'm nursing, I also took a pregnancy test 4 weeks into it was negative, so I am only about 5 weeks pregnant. I don't feel sick yet, so I think I'm 5 weeks pregnant, I could be 7 weeks pregnant, who knows. So they said, we want to make sure you're like 8 weeks pregnant before we do the ultrasound, just makes it so much easier. And they'll do the measurements and everything, so I'm actually not sure if it's gonna be at the OBGYN office or if I'm gonna be sent to the ultrasound clinic, which is in a different building. I'm really not sure what they're gonna do, if it's gonna be like a super duper like high-tech ultrasound or not, but whatever, I know it'll be fine either way. And I already had an appointment scheduled with my midwife. Like, I saw her almost 6 months ago and said, I'm trying to conceive now, like I went off my birth control, whatever, and she said, okay, in 6 months, if you're not pregnant, let's just have an appointment, and she was gonna run blood work for PCOS, because she seems to think, like, she's really convinced that I have PCOS, and I'm convinced that I do not, but we don't know until we do blood work, so, and if I do, it doesn't affect my fertility, because I have no problem getting pregnant. So it was just gonna be kind of like a, oh, now we know, what can we do to help ovulate, or whatever kind of thing. So I'm glad I didn't have to do that. So I was like, can you cancel that appointment? And then she's like, yeah, we can schedule with the midwife that day earlier. And I was like, what are you talking about? I thought, like, you scheduled this ultrasound. And she was like, no, we have you scheduled. And so I'm like, so apparently it's my understanding that it's 2 separate appointments. So my midwife appointment is on January 9th, and my ultrasound is on December 27th. So I'm actually not very nervous. Like, I would be, because that is like around the day that I found out I lost my second pregnancy, but like I said, that doesn't really affect me as much as my first pregnancy loss, so I'm really not that freaked out about it. But I should be about 9 weeks pregnant, give or take like a couple days. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm kind of nervous. You know, of course, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if they don't find anything? What if it's ectopic? What if it's, you know, just an empty sac? Oh my gosh. But no, like, I'm pretty sure everything's fine because I felt the round ligament pain and everything. I feel a fullness in my abdomen, so I'm pretty sure everything is a-okay and growing appropriately, so I don't really think there's gonna be a problem. So yeah, that is about 3 weeks away now. I'm gonna go by myself because Ben has work, so it'll be kind of nerve-wracking to be there without my mom, but I will survive. So I'm nervous. Like, what if it's twins? I honestly don't think. I'm not even considering the fact that it could be twins, because I'm like, what? It's not. Whatever. If it is, I will be like blindsided. So anyway, that's pretty much everything that's been going on. I've just been really sick. I feel nauseous right now. It hasn't been like super bad. I haven't gagged. I don't really have any food aversions or anything like that. Just like, I think of food and I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat that. Ew, it sounds gross. But once I eat it, I'm like, man, this tastes so good. Let me make like 10 more portions of this. And I'm thankful that I don't have any food aversions yet, because with Molly, I couldn't eat freaking anything. And so far, like, the only food craving that I've had is like sweet stuff. I was craving a chocolate orange because I smelled chocolate orange at work. So today I went out and bought a chocolate orange and ate like the whole thing, and so I feel gross because I ate like all of it except for the couple slices that I gave Molly. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what happens. I really hope that I can like keep my weight gain under control this time. With Emerald, I ate with reckless abandon and gained like 50 pounds, which didn't end up like being a problem, but I would rather not gain that much weight this time. I'm hoping I can like rein in my cravings and my diet and kind of eat a bit better this time around. I want to be more fit this time around too. I would like to, you know, be active and be able to bend over and stuff without feeling like I'm going to pass out. But it's hard because it's winter, it's freezing, it's windy, so I can't walk because it's way too cold, and the girls would just get absolutely miserable. The last time we tried taking a walk, they got miserable because they were so cold. We didn't expect it to be that cold. It was very windy, so I'm not going to be able to walk for a couple months. Times like this, I wish I still had my treadmill. Yeah, so those are my goals, really. I don't know if I'm going to track my weight or anything like I did last time. I am feeling lazy, so I'm not sure if I'll actually do that or not. But I may measure my belly every once in a while, but I don't know where the tape measure is, and who knows if they'll let me, so at least my scale's working again. I weigh about 150 right now, so that's nice, because my pre-pregnancy weight was 155. So I'm thankful that I got below that by just walking. Like, I'm so out of shape that just walking melted that fat away, so whatever. My goal is to only get to like 190. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully I don't break 200. That's kind of my goal, because that was really hard on my feet. So, I am gonna go, and I will see you guys next week for week 7-ish. Bye.